Manchester with the Juggalot Company and Entertainment Industry. Also with him, we have LYNA from Dream North Foundation, Literary Arts Program for the Foster Youth. Hello, welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. So, what brought you to us today? What do you want to tell our audience?
Well, today was mainly, I was coming here to support our fiancée, Nicole and her Dream North Foundation. She do things for the youth. She have a non-profit organization that was foster kids. We just had the event in Kaliente the other day. It was a nice turnout. She also just did a nice event at the LA Police Museum. She was on Fox 11 on the news with Christine Fine and everybody. So, I know that when she brought me on with her, the interview, so we're here today.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, so really we just want to, we're just here because we really just want to shed light on like how we can bridge gaps between the entertainment industry, the streets, if you want to say, and how we can uplift more children. So for example, we have coming up, we're going to the Bahamas in August. We have about 150 kids out there, 9 children's homes. So we're going to go there, fly out there. We're going to be at Atlantis Resort, so we're really fortunate. Atlantis welcomed us. We're going to bring the kids there and do a few activities, ceremonies, things of that nature. Wow. So it's a lot going on, and like right now we're working on Africa for next year. So other things too. So he has a security company. He does talent management, A&R. So we're trying to bring together those artists as well. Like he does his for-profit thing, but trying to see how they can do philanthropy as well through Dream North Foundation, our literary arts programs for the kids.
I deal with a lot of artists, and a lot of artists we want to get back to the community, get back to the kids. Because they was all kids trying to become something at one point in life, in that time. So, like I work with people like Tory Lanez, for example. You want to get back into giving stuff to the kids, and Christmas drives and stuff like that. And just a lot of people really in LA. It's just that we're just short of platform out here right now to create things. I'm doing a lot in the community right now, like bringing a lot of people who have influence in the LA County to trying to produce events for kids to get a platform. What I've been working on right now, I'm working on entrepreneurs in LA. So it's going to be me and a few entrepreneurs who then saw rise from nothing, over the years, stay consistent in their jobs and their brands and companies.
He was incarcerated for about 7 years of his life, and when he got out, he pretty much just hit the ground running, and he established all of networking. That was his big thing, networking and marketing. So it began with that, and then he was doing Juggalot Records, so the music, it was the music aspect, and from there it grew from security to now exotic cars and A&R. It's just, when I say that this person has persevered beyond so much, but he never allowed for anyone to say you can't do it because you came from Inglewood and you came from nothing, and you know what I mean? Exactly, yeah. Like he just kept pushing. Yeah, no, it's a very positive. Like we work with LAUSD, Green Dot Block High School. So we went in there, and like I try to bring in individuals who can speak to the kids. So I brought Rizza Islam. He's come, you know what I mean? Just to speak back into these boys. These are like full, just all boys programs. And then like we're supposed to go to Sycamores is a foster agency, but it's all boys. It's one. They have multiple sites, but we're going July 15th. It's 30 boys. They weren't able to come to our Los Angeles Police Museum because they caught COVID. It was a few of them got caught COVID and they couldn't come. So we're going to take our event to them, but it's an opportunity for us to mentor. Like it's going to be a completely different platform than the fun and games and things of that nature. It's going to be more of the mentorship and bringing male voices in like Kenny, so that we can feed back into them and tell them like, just because you grew up in foster care doesn't mean that you don't have the same resources, but it's up to us to provide the resources to them. So that's what Dream North Foundation is trying to do. Community development work still, so like helping nonprofits and small businesses build their brands, but these would usually be brands that had a purpose, right? So I would help them with their grant writing, their development of their, whatever their business, making sure they're feeding back into the community. So this has been 6 years coming of me starting a nonprofit, and then I wrote my children's book, Forgotten Baby. And the book is about a young girl who grows up in foster care. So our stepdaughter is a former foster. We got her 6 years ago, I'm so sorry. She was 9 when we got her, so she's 15 years
That's
old now.
wonderful, you got her
And she's a
over
4.0 student
there.
now. She's a brand ambassador for my nonprofit. She comes to every event. She helps. She interacts with the kids. She gets to go to the Bahamas this year. So I think it's just a reminder, like, she's just like you. And if we give these resources back to the kids, that's, you know what I mean? That's what it's there for.
We can really identify and we can really know, like, over the years, if you pay attention to IG and just the movement of just, you know, a year, 2 years, 3 years, you'll see some people pick up a hobby and drop it. You'll see some people stay
It's hard to
consistent
stick with it. That's,
you know,
yeah.
like me growing up in LA County as a kid, there weren't no resources, you know. So it's like, that's what I be want to bring back to my surroundings and my friends and my friend kids and even my homies who I see ain't even resourceful like that. Like, you know, that's why I do it. So I can, because we have no resources where we come from. You know, like, come from a dark place, you know, growing up, you know, gang violence, you know, just broken house homes, you know, just poverty, just, you know, growing up and trying to become something. But when you don't have no resources to go outsourcing.
Or that consistent, like, push, I think. And he had his father in the, you know, both of his parents in the household, which is great, but that's not usually the norm, you know, when you grow up in the conditions that he did. But just to always have that push and being reminded every day you can be whatever you want to be. I don't care what hood we live in and how much money we have coming in, you can be whatever you want to be. And to just get that in your head every single day, I think that's what created this. Everything that we're doing is because we want to, like, we feel this self-obligation, because like we said, no one is really doing it. So, but I have to invest all my money right now, you know what I mean? Until it, like, people have to see, oh, it's really something. This is something that I want to be a part of. So I had to invest this past, because I started pretty much the nonprofit last July, so a year ago. I started a year ago, so this entire year I've been putting all of our household resources and income and et cetera into this project, trusting and believing it's gonna pop. And I feel that, you know, it's, you know, the energy is coming back, and that's great, but I'm still at the point where I'm in investment mode.
I just like networking and just being in cool spaces and, you know, just being around positive energy and just trying to encourage everybody.
And allowing children to be
course,
part of that,
right.
and seeing how simple and how
Right.
normal, you
Right.
realize how human
Right.
all these artists are.
Yeah, like, for example, like Chris Brown. Like, I work with Chris Brown, and he know, I don't care what nobody say, you know, it's like Michael Jackson. You know, and to, like, you know, I listen to his music. I listened to his music before I started getting around him.
He's definitely a good artist.
Yeah, right, and working with him like so. And then once I got around him, I'm like, oh man, he just like me. I'm like, okay,
Your
so
biggest
it lets me know, like, anything is obtainable, and nothing is impossible.
No,
like, I just took my son to the Rams Stadium for the first time, and I let him touch that field. He just ran through the tunnel. You know, he things he thought he'd never do. But as a kid, like, if I would have had my father, and I had my father, but he wasn't paying attention to all the stuff that I was doing. Like, you know, playing football in high school, you know, when nobody come to practices. I used to take the coaches, you know, the coaches used to teach me. Like, I got a lot of coaches who, you know, used to teach me and stuff. But I feel if my father was up over me, you know, I would have just went
Really
in that direction, you know, skyrocketing in
yeah.
football. So, like, with him, it's like I be trying to get a hold of him because he doesn't stay with us, you know, but I make sure to let him know that I'm there.
Love us, they can't really push us. They don't understand. You know what I mean? So.
And with that, you want to say they have right now they're coming up with a lot of foster cares or facilities that our children are for lawsuits for children that have been hurt.
Yeah.
This is so important now, you know, because people will stop participating in that because they don't want to be associated with that. So I mean, this is wonderful because I mean, this is showing we're still getting back to the children that are there still need to be continue to have these programs.
And not to go back on what she was saying, like with her mom's, like this was supposed to be doing, all right, because she's been doing it though from just believing in herself. I was just telling him that earlier today. I said, this is what you believe in. This is what you doing. You playing football. I'm not playing football. I'm gonna support whatever you want to do, you know, but you got to know what you want to do and believe in what you want to do. Don't look for support from nobody. Just do what you do. You understand? You have to, like me, like, this is nobody else's dream. Nobody even know what I'm thinking of or why I'm even doing what I'm doing, you know? And it's because of something that was sparked me as a kid or what I wanted to do or things of what I had wanted to come. You know, like I grew up watching Cash Money Records and Lil Wayne and all that. You know, and I always wanted to have a label like that and do things like that in that format.
You know, so like I have one sponsor, Comfort Cases. He's the founder is the Aged Out Foster Youth. So he created these bags to give to foster kids so that they can feel comforted, right? So it has a blanket in it. Exactly. That's because they always used to have the trash bags. So it has the blanket, pair of pajamas, a book, you know, toys, things in there. So like I give those, of course, all the sponsors from the books. I get a lot of things. So now we're working on it. I fortunately, like I was working with this grant writer. I've been working with her for the past year, but she was like, I believe in you so much. I'm gonna do it for free, and we're gonna keep going until we get the money, you know. So she just is pushing for me. So I believe it's gonna come. It's just certain things like grant writing is a process. You know what I mean? Like it takes up to 3 months to actually submit the grants, and then it can take up to 6 months to get a response for the grants. You know what I mean? So that's just kind of just the stage that we're in. So really with the events that we have this year, like you said, we have Oregon, August 26th, the Bahamas, August 11th, the Sycamores for the 30 boys, that's July 15th, December 10th in Vegas, that's going to be, we have a partnership with the library district out there, so I can do events at any of their libraries, so we're going to do it at Windmill Library for 400 attendees. So it's just a matter of me just keep pushing, like just pull together my resources. I have family who's going to fly out to certain things and come help me, staff who's going to fly out, so it's just a matter of not giving up.
So how do you get these kids to your events?
So we go to them for the most part. So July 15th, we're going to the foster agency. Oregon, we're going. They're already having the event for these 300 kids. So we're just showing up and bringing our program there. The Bahamas, the same thing. Is at Atlantis, so they're gonna bus their kids to the Atlantis resort for the children's homes. You know what I mean? And then Vegas, because we have the partnership with the district. So imagine the district, like it's the whole library district in Clark County. So they already have their own marketing team. So they do all of our press and marketing. So it's a public event. So they get everyone there. It's not really, like, of course I'm gonna do some contribution to that as well, but they get them there and then they just show up, you know, because it's a public event, you know.
That's great. So where do you guys see the Dream North Foundation? Do you see, like,
I see it being a multi-million-dollar company. I see it being global. So we're already going to be in the Bahamas this year. We're working on Africa, Jamaica. I've already been in contact with a few people. So it's hard. It's harder to do those places because an Africa plane ride, I think it's like 10 hours alone or something, or 8 or something. It's long. It's way longer and it's way more expensive. So it's just certain things are a little bit harder, but we have the resources. It's just a matter of making it make sense. But my goal is to partner with a different country every year. Our Instagram is Dream North Foundation, DreamNorthFoundation, and so is the website, dreamnorthfoundation.org. So if they go to any of those platforms, Dream North LLC is that's my personal Instagram. If they go to any of those platforms, it's very simple. They can reach out to us. We have the PayPal links. We have, you know what I mean? We have all of the donating links.
Sometimes people just want to donate,
right.
You know? Especially, you know, I'm telling you, it really works that.
And a lot of people donate Amazon gift cards because Amazon is so versatile, you know what I mean? People donate, and then things, we need books. That's what we just give away free books at all of our events. We're always welcoming things like that as well.
Do you guys have book drives where you're asking?
So at our events, we have like the whole book drive boxes. They're all pretty with the banner and it says put your books here. So we do accept books at every one of our events as well. But we have so much books, it's crazy. I have a storage unit just full of books. Yeah, so we've been really blessed and fortunate in that regard. That I'm trying to work on a partnership with like a suitcase company, and then those are things that I would put everything in, you know what I mean? So they would get books, toys, toiletries. So remember, these are children, they go into the foster agency, they don't have anything, right? So we want to give them their little toiletry bags with a toothbrush and, you know what I mean, and all those things. So really, I would say we're accepting whatever we feel, what is a child going to need when they're taken away from their family, right? So we do have all of that kind of listed on the website. So again, everybody just reach out to us, and even if you can't help, like just come to an event, come check us out, come spend some time with the kids. We're not trying to take from people, and I know it's like hard to donate to because people think they don't know where their stuff is going. You know what I mean? Come see where it's going to. Come see the kids' faces. Like it's going to someone. These kids don't have families. You know what I mean? So be able to get this information out there and keep getting it out there because it's not really getting talked about. You know?
Appreciate
spread the love.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Thank
Wonderful
you.
having you, my pleasure.
Thank you.
If anybody come through, need us, y'all can know, y'all can connect us to us. Feel free to reach out to
For
us.
sure. Send them to your website.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you.
Peace out. Yeah.